Antonio Tarver wants the alien Brenagh Hopkins on the undercard. You interested in that?
No, Brenagh Hopkins. He taught Tarver a lesson when they fought the first time.
This is what, 15 years later? 20 years later?
I said the first time.
They fought. Look, that was a great fight by Brenagh Hopkins. You know what? And I was thinking about this earlier. I feel like you, Brenagh Hopkins, and Andre Ward, you guys kind of have not similar styles, but you guys like to mix it up. You know, you're going to make rough house a little bit. You know, you like, it's almost a street fight.
Uh-huh.
And I actually admire that style. Especially Andre Ward. Like Andre Ward was, he always, he had a punching power, but he would mix it up. He would, fight a little dirty sometimes. And
Ward was very clean with
that
it.
Tarver, and I like Tarver, but I don't think they should fight again. I don't think Brenagh Hopkins need to be in the ring ever again after that last fight.
When the dude pushed him out the ring?
Hey.
Dude pushed him out the ring.
Joe Smith.
With a punch.
Nah, he pushed him. Fucked up. But yeah, shout out to. I'm up for it. Put it on there. Let's see what happens. What the hell? Entertain me. Hey, entertain
Tarver's
me.
idea?
Huh?
This is Tarver's idea?
Yeah. And it will be a hell of a build-up, too. They're going to talk more than ever. The build-up will probably be better than the fight.
You want to see the fight?
Well, listen, we had Antonio Tarver in the studio back in January, I believe it was. And he said he still wanted to fight. And he said that this fight specifically is the fight that's been on his mind. That's the interesting thing that I know about fighters. When we get fixated on something, and when it's something that we really want, we do just about anything necessary. And when you talk about a fighter that has been out of the ring for as long as both these guys have, when they turn it on for this moment right here, especially Antonio Tarver, we might get a performance from Antonio Tarver that we just really did not expect, based on, again, him mentally tuning in and turning it all on,
He won his get back. That's probably his most lopsided loss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we saw that from Andre Berto not too long ago. He got back in the ring against Robert Guerrero, and simply just because he wanted to get back, And it's just one of them things with fighters, man. It's crazy.
B-Hop had a couple of fights that the fight against Tarver, the fight against Kelly Pavlik, and Tito.
Yeah.
Those were three fights that you just didn't see him going that way.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, true story. I fell asleep. So I used to spar with Kelly back home in Ohio. I fell asleep during the undercard fights, and they woke me up right before the main event. Kelly and Bernard, right? And so right after the first round ended, and I'm a kid at this point in time, and it's a bunch of grown men in the room, and I'm a kid, and I looked up at my dad, and I said it loud so that everybody could hear it. I said, if Kelly fight like that, he gonna lose. And at this point in time, Kelly was like at his top.
Yeah.
And so my dad laughed at me, and he was like, man, you sleep talking. What you talking? I said, I know what I'm talking about. If Kelly fight like that, he gonna lose. And I saw really quickly what I was able to do with Kelly, because I was an amateur fighter. I was able to do this with Kelly for 2-3 rounds. I couldn't do this with Kelly for 6-7 rounds. He would always catch up to me with the body work and slow me down. The first round, when Bernard moved against Kelly the way that he did, I said, yo, if he fight like that, he gonna lose. I knew a grown man could do what I was able to do for a couple of rounds. If a grown man did it, it was no way you was gonna catch up to him and beat him, And so that's how that fight ended up going.